Nothing can recover three elements: words, opportunities, and time. So use your time wisely, select your words carefully, and take the chances that come your way. When someone throws negative words behind your back, it just indicates that you are ahead of them. Our existence is made up of two phases. Birth is the beginning, but the real journey begins when we realize that we only have one life. A common misconception is that people tend to neglect their own endeavors, focusing instead on undermining the efforts of others. Before embarking on the journey of revenge, it is wise to remember that it takes two graves to be dug. From defeats, we learn valuable lessons, while from victories, only one. When sadness envelopes us, we are reliving the past. Anxiety, in turn, throws us into the future, but in peace, we find the fullness of the present. The path of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. We often work harder to convince others of our happiness than we do to convince ourselves. A healthy man's quest is extensive, while a sick man yearns for only one thing. By clearing your thoughts, you will avoid room for negative actions. He who believes that he can or that he cannot is correct in both cases. Learning as if always hungry for knowledge and constantly fearing losing it is the key. Avoid criticizing your neighbor's roof when your own door needs cleaning. Hatred is a defeat in itself. To be suspicious of our friends is more shameful than to be deceived by them. Strength lies in being weak when needed, and in being weak when we are strong. He who flatters is preparing the ground to be your enemy, while the one who points out your weaknesses is playing a constructive role. Seeing what is right and not acting is the lowest form of cowardice. The journey towards victory begins with a firm step. Before getting involved in any fight, you need to calculate the cost. Clearing the thoughts is the guarantee of not allowing space for bad actions. Be like water, soft and pliable, yet able to wear away even the hardest substance. Man's natural inclination is toward evil, while goodness results from conscious actions. Even in chaos, we find opportunities. Leading implies following, following means leading. When anger arises, reflecting on its consequences is essential. Understanding your enemy often means confronting yourself. Hatred only results in its own defeat. Valuing the essential and leaving aside the superfluous is fundamental. Those who aspire to be above others must put themselves below them. Success brings with it as much risk as failure. The truth is not always attractive, just as beautiful words are not always true. True happiness comes from understanding, while ultimate happiness comes from love. The path to virtue begins with temperance, which in turn is the starting point for moral perfection. Treating others with kindness is similar to what we would wish for ourselves. Genuine superiority is achieved by recognizing our own inferiority. He who offends us, in reality, only harms himself. Those who seek to rise above others must, first of all, humble themselves. The questioner is only momentarily confused. On the other hand, he who fails to question remains perpetually ignorant. Authentic virtue lies in knowing the limits and being satisfied with our role. Those who seek to offend only share their negative energy, while those who offer understanding share their positive energy. He who teaches is always learning. Avoid wasting your time. Instead, choose your words carefully and seize opportunities. Digging deep, just like a well, the greater the effort, the greater the results. Remain curious, as if you are constantly on the lookout for knowledge, but also be vigilant so you don't lose what you already have. By not fearing death, you reach your full potential. If this video was helpful to you, please share your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to share with a friend. So you don't miss our next videos, subscribe and turn on notifications. To the next.